Hello and welcome, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and we are going live earlier today. I know normally I do these shows at 1:30, but today we're going live at 11:30. And so I'm so happy you could join me here. We're going to be talking about healing from emotional wounds. Who does not have emotional wounds? And we're going to talk a lot deeper about emotional wounds. And I do have Lydia Forte here today, who is going to be joining me because she is an expert in this field. And so I want to wait till a few more people hop on, but thank you for joining Wednesday Healings and Readings with Deepal. I am your host, Deepal Shah, and welcome to our show today. Welcome back, everyone. Hello, Destiny. So wonderful to see you here. If anyone else wants to say hello, I would love to give you a shout out. Please do say hello and share with us where you have experienced emotional wounds. What happened? You don't have to tell your whole story, but just a little bit about what emotional wounds that you actually acknowledge that you're still holding on to, that you have problems letting go, right? So let's talk a little bit about emotional wounds today, okay? Emotional wounds, they can impact our lives very deeply. Sometimes they are so deeply rooted within our body, within the cells of our body, that we have triggers. And you may notice these triggers coming up randomly or more often. Okay. Have you ever heard of an emotion called anger? I have. Have you ever heard of an emotion called control? Yes. Those are very familiar emotions and emotional wounds behind it that I used to hold on to. And I'm not saying that I don't have any more anger, but I've definitely let go a lot of my anger and a lot of my control issues that I used to have. Okay. There's also other emotional wounds that are deep seated, and they often stem up from certain experiences that we've had in the past. And these experiences feel they are of low vibration. Okay. When I talk about vibration, we do things and have experiences from high vibrations, which make us very happy. And then there are low vibrations that have a negative impact on us. And something that may sound familiar to you when we talk about traumas, okay? That's what brings up these emotional wounds because trauma can come from childhood, failed relationships, unfulfilled dreams, even your parents getting a divorce, or even something that happened here on earth, something that happened, such as, I mean, I'll tell you, my trauma that I held on for a long time was 9/11. And then all these school shootings, racism. I will tell you that I have held on to um, racism. That was the biggest fear for me because as a child, I experienced racism from school, from friends, from neighbors. I was bullied. Things happened around me and to me. And these things make us feel unaccepted and they build up emotionally, creating these wounds that we never actually recognize until a later point in our lives that, wow, we've held on to these wounds for way too long because now it's created triggers, it's created an anxiety, depression, it's created chronic illnesses in our body. And I always say that illnesses come from a lot of repressed emotions. And so if you're dealing with something in your life that you don't understand why it's happening, whether it's your health, your relationships, please share that with us today because we want to dive deep into what's holding you back from living your best life. And unless we take time to heal these emotional wounds, it's going to continue to come up for you. That's what emotional wounds do. They continue to come up until they are resolved. So, the very first thing that we have to do, and many people miss, and many healers tend to miss, is to acknowledge that they do exist, that these emotional wounds exist. Yes, okay, they exist. But now what? Now what? How deep are they? What are the stories behind them? I know it's painful. I get it. But you know what's more painful is not dealing with them. And so I'm going to bring Lydia here. Hello, Manira. Yes, emotional wounds from your relationship with your children. And you know what? That is an emotional wound that I find that lasts very long, and sometimes it lasts lifetimes. And a lot of times, Manira, it is karmic. Okay, why are these wounds happening? Why are they stemming? And it could be karmic. Okay, so we're going to dive deep into that. Hello, Facebook user. Wonderful to see you. I don't know who you are, so please do put your name. If you do not pop up as a name, please do share your name so we could tune into you. And then hello, Susie. Hello, honey. So wonderful to see you. Hope you're doing well. Now I'm going to bring Lydia on because she is the expert in this field of trauma. And so hello, Lydia.
Hi,
So
everybody.
you.
Happy to be here.
Yes, Lydia is our medical intuitive at Ananda for Life, and she has this amazing ability to tune into your body and really dive in and see what the stories are. You know, it's the stories that we hold on to that keep us from moving into our successes. You know, there's so many dreams and desires we have, right, Lydia? And I feel like for me, you know, as I mentioned, racism was a big thing and it took me a very long time. And sometimes our parents don't really realize that we need help. You know, I also had a time where I did go through sexual assault twice
Oh my
as a
God.
child. Yeah. And, you know, and yeah, that could be a collective energy as well, right? It doesn't always have to be like a war or you know, something an earthquake or something crazy that we all go through, but you know, trauma comes in many forms and we hold on to these emotional wounds. Tell us your experience with that, Lydia. Why is it that you focus on this?
Well, first to start with collective trauma is that we sometimes we don't even know where it comes from because it's repetitive. Like there's many things that are attacking us. It's also cumulative, right? And so sometimes we don't even have to have a story. Like in my case, as I remember growing up, I was always afraid of everything. So of course now, fast forward to now that I realize that I'm an empath and I have this, that I think I was feeling the fear of so many people, but I didn't know that it wasn't mine. So I was just suffering through it. I was always so nervous and anxious and worried about everything and everybody. And so I struggled through my childhood and adolescence and until I got to my adulthood and started investigating and learning about energy and how does that work and finding out that we are not our emotions, we are not our thoughts, right? We are divine and we are in a physical body that is experiencing these things. So this is how I started to kind of detach from that, realizing when I'm feeling like overwhelmed, okay, is this mine or is this somebody else's? And also, well, I'm not my emotions, so how do I want to feel? And you kind of have to get a handle of yourself and choose how you want to feel. But many times the trauma is happening to other people and we're hearing about it from somebody. Like it could just be as simple as somebody tells you, oh, so and so died or so and so has cancer. And then you keep hearing of all these people who have cancer, all these people who have these horrible illnesses. And and it's like piling up on you. And yes, it's not you who's having that, it might not even be your family, but just hearing repeatedly about it and you're not being able to do anything about it, it causes these programs and imprints and wounds. And it's important because these programs keep playing, right, if we don't clear them. And the imprints as well are triggering each other. So when we hear about something that happened, it triggers something that might have happened to us or to our ancestors, and it starts triggering us to feel fear, anxiety, anger, grief, whatever it is. So bad news, watching the news is a no because it just piles up all this negativity on you. So I don't watch the news. Sometimes it's funny because like, oh, did you hear about this? I'm like, oh no, what happened? Like, I look like a little out there, but
I know. I feel like I'm ignorant sometimes,
yes,
and I really
exactly.
don't mean
But you
to
know what,
be.
Deepa, like, if I'm meant to know something, somebody's gonna tell me. I don't need
Exactly.
to bombard myself with all this bad news and feel.
Exactly.
And yes, so it is very easy to get overwhelmed.
It
And
is.
you know what? With COVID, it took it to a
A
huge
whole
advance.
other
Everybody
level.
started looking into it because it just brought up so much, right, for everybody.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
and so I'm so glad you share your story because I feel like a lot of empaths, ever since they were young, felt
Hmm.
that way, that there was this fear, there was this anxiety, there was this worry, there
Yes.
was so much, but they didn't understand it. How many of you, can you guys put in the comments? I see a lot of you are here. Thank you so much. Hey, Jessica, I'm so sorry that the YouTube video did not start up for you. I know a lot of people are on YouTube, so it is working, but I'm glad you're here on Facebook. God bless you for making it here. And happy birthday, my love. I love birthdays. So big kisses and celebration to you. And Shamina, thank you for putting your name as Facebook user. So Shamina resonates with what you're saying. She was afraid of everything and always overwhelmed and never really knew exactly what inspired this, right? And we can collect collective emotional wounds from our ancestors. And it's
Yes.
crazy how we bring in so much energy from even that dimension. And I call it a dimension because I see past lives, ancestors, all of that as different dimensions, different parts of us, and I
Yes.
know you have a reading, and I love today's reading because we were kind of playing with it before we got on this call today.
Yes.
And okay, so I want you to go ahead and share what reading you got and what message you got for our community. And then let's do a healing on that, okay?
Yes. Yes. So I got this card. It was the clear quartz came up today. And the clear quartz is like a master healer crystal. It cleanses our body of negative energy. It balances our body and it harmonizes our energetic bodies and energetic field. So it's very potent. But the message that it brought today is about focusing on growth and expansion. And actually, it's very pertinent because due to the solar eclipse and new moon that is happening later today or tomorrow, depending on which time zone you are, there's so much energy available for
Yeah.
us to make our dreams come true, to bring our intentions to life and manifest. So this card, it was funny because I do have a little crystal, clear quartz crystal. And I said, it's perfect because we're going to magnify the healings today with this. But also, um, we need to focus on and concentrate on what brings us well-being, what makes you feel good, what
Mm.
makes you feel happy, okay? Because this is what's going to amplify with the energy of this eclipse. And so I wanted to do like a little process right now. If we can maybe think of something that we want to create or something that we want to improve in our lives, okay? Like just think of your intention.
I want to create speaking engagements.
Okay. All right. So just
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out
good.
there. It could be anything.
It could be anything. Yes. So just concentrate on that. And I'm going to send the vibration of the crystal quartz to infuse the essence in your energy field, okay, to amplify whatever you want to create, whatever you want to improve in your life, so we can grow good things and grow what's working in our lives. Okay, so
Does it matter how we have our hands? Because I know sometimes, energy healers, when I've had energy healing done before, like people will say, put your hands in receiving or put your hands out like this. Does it matter at this time, Lydia?
you know what I've heard too, to just put them on your lap, like open like
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Just rest them on your lap, but open. Yes, and
Perfect.
don't cross your feet or your hands. Don't cross anything. That's something I've heard.
I just
Yes.
crossed my feet.
But no, uncross everything, relax, and just concentrate on what you want. And then I'm just going to send this energy right now, okay? I'm infusing your field with more power and the energy of creation so you can bring forth your heart's desire, things that are going to improve your life, and they're going to bring more joy and peace and aliveness. And so it is.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
gosh. So when I don't know if you guys saw this, but I had like this big shiver and then I could feel like my heart expanding and I felt more grounded. And of course, for me, when I receive energy, Lydia, like I start yawning or when
Yes,
I'm
me too.
clearing, yeah,
Yes,
or when I'm clearing energy. So
yes,
yawning is like a big thing for me.
yes.
And it's funny because people will think that I'm bored or
Yes.
you know
Tired.
but I promise you
I
guys,
know.
I'm not. A lot of energy healers will cough. They will have their own way of processing energy. So if you are processing energy, you feel tingling, shivers, any kind of
Hot.
sensations,
Yeah.
yes, coughing,
Yes.
crying, whatever it is, your heart starts to palpate. And that is also very common, okay? Like you'll feel your heart skip a beat or a palpitation. It's all very common. So I want to get to healings today because I want you to experience Lydia's healing modality. Because what I want you to share with you is Facebook user said, Shamina said, I shiver and yawn. Same thing, honey.
Right.
So, what I want to share with you is Lydia is going to be talking about a lot more in depth and doing healings on April 28th at
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern. If you have not signed up, I highly recommend that you sign up for Collective Trauma and the Nervous System Talk. Here is where it is, and I will also put the link in the comments so that you can sign up for Lydia's free well, it's not really a webinar. We're going to be doing it on the phone. So you call into a conference line and it's a master class. So you can join us there. And it's anandaforlife.ac page.com nervous system. And you can sign up there right now. It might go to the top of the comments. So just go back. If you can't click on it, just copy and paste the link. Okay, guys? I'm going to do my best to make sure that you guys have this because we are going to take healing to another level. And I love the fact that Lydia is actually talking about collective trauma and the nervous system because not too many people have shared that information and how we can really heal from that. Because when she showed that to me, when she shared that with me, I was like, oh my gosh, I still have some left and I need to clear it.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited about this new masterclass, and I cannot wait for April 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern, where we are going to work through this. But let's see how we can help some of you out today, okay? So I'm just going to look at the comments, and Claudia says okay. So hello, Claudia. So
Hi.
wonderful to see you. I'm glad you could join us. Hey guys, if anybody wants to tag somebody that they know who is holding on to emotional wounds and has been through some kind of collective trauma or any kind of trauma, please do share this video out. Please share this post or whatever we call it, feed, I don't know, on Facebook, just share it, right? And allow this video to go out to everybody that you know and love and can use our healings today, okay? So, Claudia, several emotional wounds, I'm sure. So, she would like a healing. Why don't we tap into her?
Okay.
Ah, whew. Ooh, I feel it in the heart. Ooh, I'm already clearing.
Well, I feel a lot of fear from her too. Root chakra.
Yeah. Okay, so let's work on her root. You
Yes.
work on her root. I'm gonna work up into the heart space.
Okay.
And it's almost like, okay, so death is coming up. I don't know if somebody just recently passed away or in the last few months. I'm getting 6 months or so. I don't know. But it doesn't have to be somebody in your family. It could be somebody you know, or if you heard of some deaths that have really impacted you in a way that kind of, because that can be a collective trauma. Death, like during COVID, how many people were
Yes.
dying? That
Yes.
was collective trauma.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, because if fear is setting in, that is trauma. Okay. So let's just clear all of that. And Claudia, if you can please um, share and see if it resonates with you, what we're saying. And so we're just going to clear this energy.
And I'm feeling a lot of instability and insecurity, which it comes from the fear as well. Like something in her life has shifted, not in a positive way. So we're gonna take that out. And also, I'm getting it could be from past lives as well. I'm gonna anchor her root chakra, the center of the
Okay.
earth, to make sure that she's feels more safe and secure.
And just clearing out the trauma from the heart space. And Claudia says, can't think of anyone who passed. Okay, so no worries, Claudia. Maybe afterwards you might recall something. A lot of times when people don't resonate with the information that we're giving right away, you'll know that in maybe in 24 hours or later on today, or maybe even over the next few days, something will come up for you and you'll see that, okay, so this was the right information coming through.
But you
Okay,
know what? Sometimes it doesn't even have to be conscious; it's unconscious. So you just
exactly.
feel the emotions and you don't know why. That's part of the collective trauma, how it expresses itself.
Right. And a lot of it is just trapped in that subconscious in the cells,
Exactly.
right?
Of the
So,
programming, yes. So
yeah.
clearing all that right now.
Because when we're clearing out emotional wounds, it could be from any lifetime, any time, including because, we live a multiverse life, guys. We don't just live this life. We are like the Marvel characters, okay?
Yes.
We live a multiverse life. So,
Yeah, we think it's fantasy, but it's actually happening. It's real.
it is. And so I teach a lot about quantum jumping, and I'm going to have an awesome, an amazing program on that where we're going to talk about that. So if anybody's interested, say I'm interested. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
Uh,
exciting.
I know. All right. Woo. All right, Claudia, let us know how you're feeling because we did align your root chakra as well as your heart. And just notice how you feel. If you're very sensitive to energy work, then you're going to feel something has shifted, even a little tinsy bit. Okay. Let us know how you're feeling. And guys, when we're working on one person, if you are experiencing something that we pick up on and you resonate with, go ahead and be open to receiving the healing, okay? So be open to receiving. Yeah, Jessica. All right. So, guys, make sure you sign up for Lydia's awesome masterclass. I'm going to be we are going to be sharing some amazing information, but it's all coming from her expertise. So I can't wait to share it with you. Okay. So the link is in the comments. If you want to scroll up into the comments, then you can and grab the link. You might have to copy and paste it or click on it. I'm not sure what's happening as Facebook does its own thing with links. Okay. So, all right. Manira says emotional wounds is from my relationship with my children. And this is the one that really hits hard for a lot of moms, you know?
Yes.
And when I tap into this, it feels very karmic to me. Like I said, what are you getting,
I'm
Lydia?
getting the heart. It's like broken heart. Kind of, you know what? When you have imprints yourself from childhood, which I'm getting, it's like your children reopen those wounds, and it just keeps breaking your heart over and over.
That
And
makes so much sense.
yes, so that's what I'm getting. A lot of heartbreak and confusion and kind of
Okay,
like fighting resistance.
while you work on that, I'm going to work on the pelvis to
Okay.
help heal the relationships.
Yes. The
Okay.
sacral chakra is coming up as well. Yes.
Yeah, let's work on that relationship. Mend any and all relationships. Claudia says, can't feel energy, but I do feel lighter. Honey, that's
Good.
energy.
Yes.
I'm glad you feel lighter. I'm so, so glad. Thank you for sharing that because sometimes we don't share how we feel. And I think it's really important to make that energy and really amplify that energy within you. So just notice how things come up for you in the next few days. And guys, if you want, of course, anytime, if you're not getting my newsletters, go ahead and sign up for the Stress Free Relief Guide with the ancient yogic techniques at anandaforlife.com. You can do that or email me directly if there's something you need. If there's a question that you have, you can email me directly at deepalshah at anandaforlife.com. Okay. I am giving you my personal email, and all you need to put in the subject is for Deepal. Okay. That's it. And I promise you, I will take a look at it. I get hundreds of emails a day. But guess what? You are important to me. I promise you, I will check your email out. And so you can always email me. But make sure you are on Ananda for Life .com email list so that way you get all the updates and you know when we are live, and so that we can help you in so many ways. Okay. So let's go ahead and reset the pelvis. It almost feels like it's tilted. So, like the left side feels a lot higher, my dear. So, I'm readjusting your pelvis because there's so much energy. You give so much of your feminine side to your children, just giving, giving, giving. And so, it's kind of like set you off because there's no boundaries and they've just taken. Okay. So it's almost like they are narcissists in a way that they are innocent narcissists, but also some are intentional. Okay. So tell me if this resonates with you, Manira. Okay.
It's about boundaries,
Yeah.
right?
There we go. Beautiful.
Breathing. Yeah.
All right, I want to get to one more person. Jessica, I am ready to be tapped into. I have plenty. Manira said yes. So we are on the right track. Oh, Manira says is signed up. Awesome, honey. Thanks for signing up. Jessica, I do want to work on you. So tell me what's going on. I want to, oh, okay, here we go. Because it is your birthday, I want to give you this gift, okay? So I felt a bit emotional just off Claudia's healing. Well, how amazing. So let's just do I'm ready to be tapped into. Let's get that one going because that has different energy to it. So Jessica, do share. So a lot of heart is coming up today, which is interesting. But Jessica, let's see what is happening. Facebook user, I think that's Shamina, I believe, says that this resonates with me. I'm so glad, honey. And you know what? I can't wait till Lydia does her masterclass because we're really going to tap into traumas at that point. And I can guarantee you that you are going to be healing something. Something's going to show up for you, come to the surface and be released, be acknowledged, be known. And we've got to clear layers and layers because you know what? As we try to move forward in our lives, sometimes challenges come up and obstacles come up, and we don't understand them all the time. And sometimes we do understand them, but we don't know what to do about them. And so that's why we are here to help you and be of service to you. So allow us to do that for you. Okay, so relationship trauma, says
Yes.
Jessica.
I'm
Okay.
feeling the sacral chakra as well, and it feels like it's past life related as well as this life.
Okay, so I'm just clearing through the it's like there's no base. Like for some reason, yeah, she said childhood trauma around parents,
Yeah,
health.
there's an imbalance of masculine and feminine energies as well.
There's like no base, right? So that makes sense because there's childhood trauma around parents' health because she always had to take care of
Yes.
everything and everybody. And so let's go ahead and put a beautiful base, a supportive base underneath you. Feel this, feel the support, accept it. Okay. And some self-love and self care is going to be really important because you never did that as a child. I don't think any of us did because nobody was taught that, right?
Yes.
So let's go ahead.
I'm clearing the trauma and the overgiving and the imbalance of energies, balancing the heart, the sacral chakra, opening it up and stabilizing it, balancing the energies.
Yeah, let it go. Release. Beautiful. Wow, I think today's healings did a lot for people. A lot of people felt resonated to it, and I'm so glad, guys. How are you all feeling? Tell me. We are coming to the end of our show today. Please share with us how you are feeling right now. Self-care is hard. I'm overgiving, still a caretaker. I get it, Jessica. So make sure that one of the self-care practices is getting your energy healing for yourself done, okay? Please, please,
Self love. Yes.
please. Okay. And if you want to take advantage of coming to Lydia's masterclass on the nervous system on April 28th at 1 p.m., make sure you sign up, make sure you're there and take advantage of her program. Okay. Oh, tears come and went. Now feeling more grounded. Yes,
Good.
yes, yes. Beautiful.
Infusing peace and calm and
Yes. I love.
understanding, connection. Yes.
You know, Lydia, thank you so much for being here. You know, I love how we can together help so many people. And, you know, I really want more and more people to come to our session. So, guys, it's really important that you share this out on Facebook. Facebook, I'm sure they have some kind of algorithm to where the more you share, the more people will know and they will get notified when we go live. And, you know, we're here every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I see some new faces. So I'm so glad that today we did move our session to 11:30. And, so happy that you guys are feeling all this energy. And thank you so much for being here because you know what, Jessica, you talk about self-care is hard. Well, guess what, honey? You are here, you showed up, and you received some healing. Of course, we need to go a little bit deeper so that you get a full recovery as to what you're looking for so that you can manage your day, your life, right? We have to get our life back in order, guys. And we can do it. And
Yes.
sometimes we need assistance, and that's okay. All right. So
It's
I'm
okay
gonna,
to ask for help.
yes, I'm
That's
gonna
important.
leave you with this. And I want to thank all of you for being here. We are so happy to be part of your journey today. Thank you, Lydia, for being
No,
here.
thank
You're
you for
just
having me.
clearing. I love it.
Happy to be here.
She loves what she does. She
Yes.
does, right, guys? Lydia's awesome. Give a thumbs up or awesome. Put awesome.
Oh,
Lydia's
thank you.
in the comments, right? Amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I honor you,
Bye,
love you,
everybody.
and have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, guys. Lots of love and light.
Bye bye.